How about some day baseball with the sun shining and a big crowd coming down Half Street to fill up Nationals Park today? We even need a cool zone, and the capes are flying on our young superhuman fans in the ballpark today. Bob and FP, so great to be here when we're not looking at the sky for bad things. The only bad thing we're looking at right now is the injury list. Howie Kendrick goes down yesterday. The list keeps on growing. And FP, this is quite a ball club that's not available to Davey Martinez right now.
Yeah, Howie going to have surgery on his Achilles that ruptured, so that's unfortunate. He has a good attitude about it. I think when you're going to really miss Howie is in September and October, a guy with some playoff resume. He's out for the season. That stinks, and you look at the rest of the guys. That's just hard to look at. That's just not injuries. Those are some pretty good players, and there's some all-stars, some Gold Glove winners, and guys that really make this club go. So an unfortunate circumstance, but guess what? Nobody cares. You still got to find a way to win games.
Yeah, and on that list, Victor Robles. So instead of him called up, it's Juan Soto. The kid's 19, youngest player now in Major League Baseball. He's not content to bat 300. He's going 350, 360, 370 everywhere he goes.
Yeah, I'm hearing mature beyond his years. Tremendous knowledge of the strike zone. He's got line-to-line power. One of the most intelligent hitters in the minor league system. So a guy that can really swing the bat, a smooth swinging lefty. The defense still a work in progress. The base running, he could be young at times, but we're real excited to see this guy. And he's going to play. Davey Martinez said today he's playing every day. He's going to kind of figure out which lefties he plays against, but you're going to see a lot of Juan Soto.
Yeah, Mike Rizzo doesn't call up youngsters unless they have a knowledge of the strike zone. How about this guy's knowledge of the strike zone lately? 25 strikeouts, 3 walks in May. Steven Strasburg, 3 starts, all wins, and a 2.61 ERA. He is dominant, and of course this is a staff that has more than one ace, and we get to see Strasburg against the Dodgers in a moment. Time to act than today. PNC, make today the day by visitannapolis.org. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. And by General Dynamics Mission Systems. Get off the bench, get in the game. Now's your last chance to register for Dynamic Connections 2018. Register today at gddynamicconnections.com. Water levels still pretty high around the ballpark and around town here, but great to see the sun. It's peeking in and out from behind the clouds today. Nats take the field. Harper and Strasburg were the first 2 to hit the turf on this 82-degree afternoon. Humidity down from the 90s of the last couple days to a comfortable 60%. So the Nats are 24-20, trying to salvage one against this Dodger lineup in Justin Turner. Limited sample, but great success against Strasburg. 3 hits, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Since he returned from his fractured wrist, he's 6 for 13 with a 4-game hitting streak. Jock Peterson not playing today. Chris Taylor not playing. And so the Dodgers trying to get some left-handed bats in there against Strasburg, who is 2-3 career against them in 8 starts.
There's the arsenal for Steven. Fastball 93 to 98 miles an hour. Slider, curveball change. League hitting 122 against Steven's change. Last 3 starts have been good. 3-0 with a 2.61. 25 strikeouts against just 3 walks his last 3 starts. And defense for the Nats today. In the sun, we haven't seen that in a while. Adams, Taylor, Harper, the outfield. Turner, Rendon, left side. Defoe, Reynolds, right side. Pedro Severino behind the plate. There's Pedro. So April 21st, Steven Strasburg against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. Remember, this one, flash you back here real quick to all the strikeouts from Steven. And after you watch this video, you say, he struck out every Dodger that game. Well, no, he didn't, but he had the good fastball going all day long. Elevated with 2 strikes. The Dodgers are all about the launch angle. They like to hit the ball in the air. Look for a lot of high fastballs from Steven here today.
10 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 intentional in that game. Couple of runs, 5 hits over 7 innings. Didn't get any run support, but pitched really well. So Strasburg's career ERA against LA, 2.45 after that good outing. He's going to face Max Muncy in the leadoff spot today. Young hitter, and we've seen him do some slugging in this series. 3 for 6, a homer. He's driven in 4 base on balls. And against Strasburg in that game a couple of weeks ago, 0 for 2 with a walk. That was 2 weeks ago. Actually 3 weeks ago tonight. So we're underway at 137 because of his uniform number. Steven never throws first pitch at 135 on a Sunday. It's got to be 37. And he's got Muncy late for the foul ball.
Good crowd still filing in. Superhero day. Kids 12 and under got a Nats cape. The white curly W on the back. I like it.
One to Muncy. That is perfect on the inside edge. 15-year veteran behind the plate today, Chad Fairchild. Bruce Dreckman at first, Mike Estabrook at second, crew chief Kerwin Danley over at third base. So the Dodgers are going to win the season series. They're up 4-1 on our club, and they're heading back home to start a homestand tomorrow night. Dave Roberts' team 6 back of the D-backs, who are really having a rough go of it. Nats swept them last weekend. Now they've lost 3 more in a row. And that West is tightening up. Strasburg tried to bring it back, and he did. Delayed call by Fairchild, and a called strike 3 to start the game, and Muncy didn't like it.
So he struck out 53% of the hitters he's faced with 2 strikes this year with that curveball. You see it right there, just a nasty hammer. It's all Max Muncy could do is watch it. Looked like this one had a little sweep to it too. Started it off the plate and brought it around the backside.
So you might have seen something there in the first at bat of the game. Just be patient. Chad Fairchild is very deliberate with his strike calls on called strikes, especially strike 3. And here's Cody Bellinger, only 1 for 9 in the series, but it was a big blow. That home run last night in the 8th inning that erased half of a Nats 2-run lead and set the stage for the Dodgers winning rally in the 9th. 2 Hopper, Strasburg to Reynolds, 2 down.
If you missed any of the doubleheader yesterday, I mean, it's still the Dodgers. They still played in Game 7 of the World Series last year. In little things in this series have separated wins and losses. You know, a missed fly ball, a drop fly ball, a cutoff man missed. little things on offense. So when you're playing good teams, and I still think the Dodgers, when they get healthy, are going to be a good team this year, you got to do all the little things right to win ball games, especially in close ones against good teams.
Well, and if you think about the Nats playing the NL West, it's always the Dodgers that give them the most trouble. They've played really well against the D-backs, obviously, this year, and the Giants, Padres, and even the Rockies. But the Dodgers have always been a problem for the Nats. Just one of those things, certain teams against certain clubs. And now they've got Justin Turner back, 7 for 16 since coming back. 1-1. So today is the 23rd game the Nats are playing against the West. Sweeps in the Central of the Reds and the Pirates, and only 7-8 against the East, but that's about to be addressed on the road trip. The Nats will go to Miami, then Baltimore, and then Atlanta.
Seattle, Washington Nationals.
Yeah, what time zone do we play in? That's an appeal down to Bruce Dreckman, who says strike two.
It felt like as a hitter when you missed a lot of time and a guy's throwing mid to upper 90s, that initially first 5, 6, maybe 10 games you had to cheat to get to the fastball. Just to get that club head out there because your timing's off, especially a leg kick guy. So you feel like Turner right now be real susceptible to the off speed based on having to start a swing early for the heater.
1-2 pitch. Strasburg coming into the game 4th in strikeouts. He has 69, including one today. Up there in innings in the top 4.
You just looked up and said, what's that yellow thing in the sky? We haven't seen it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a guy from South Florida asking that question. 2-2. Hard hit, 1 hop. Wilmer Defoe is there. Waited for Reynolds to be ready for the throw, and that's a 1-2-3 for Strasburg. The Nats against lefty Alex Wood. It's going to be a super duper day at the ballpark. They're 10th in the league in average, 5th in runs, 4th in home runs. Anthony Rendon, look at this ownage. 12 for 19, 632 against Alex Wood with a homer, 2 RBIs, a walk. Michael A. Taylor has good numbers against the lefty as well. He's 8 for 14 with a home run, so those might be your picks to click against the 27-year-old lefty who career is 43 and 37 and 4-3 against the Nats.
I see the Arsenal. 4-2 loss last start at Miami. Gave up 2 runs on 9 hits over 6. Struck out 5 Marlins. Didn't walk one of them through 93 pitches in that one.
Trey Turner hitless against Wood in 5 career at bats, and Trey Other than a big double that sparked a rally last night, kind of quiet in the series, 1 for 9 in the doubleheader. Even with the bag at third, Turner. Shallow at first, Muncy. Inside, 1-1. Nats start the day 3 back of the Braves, 2.5 back of the Phillies, and a half game ahead of the Mets. 2-1.
Yeah, show you that fastball in if you're a right-hander and get you aware of that, maybe hoping you'll cheat to get to it, and then he'll drop that curveball back door the other side.
Dave Roberts ball club hoping to come back with some momentum after a disastrous start to this road trip for them. Coming off a horrific series at Miami. They were swept by the Reds. And they'll be back at Dodger Stadium tomorrow night. This one touched out to center. Cody Bellinger. Ball carried about 390 straight away.
Defense for the Dodgers today. Kemp, Bellinger, Puig the outfield. Hernandez, Forsythe up the middle. Turner, Muncy at the corners, and Yasmani Grandal back behind the plate. With the eye blue on.
There's Bryce. 1 hit, 1 RBI, hit by a pitch in the series. And he has good numbers against Alex Wood in the lefty-lefty matchup, 8 for 20. Shift on.
If he missed it yesterday in the first game, he came up with glasses on. The story behind that was he couldn't get his contacts in. He had trouble. Then in his second at-bat, I believe, the one he got a base hit, he didn't have his contacts in or his glasses on. Still got a hit. But you would think with all the injuries, and we showed you him in the open today, it's time for Bryce to go. I mean, every once in a while when you're the superstar player and guys start getting banged up, you'll hear him say, jump on my back, I got this, boys. And right now for the Nationals, it's time for Bryce to go.
Oh-2. Ooh, Wood trying to paint, didn't miss by much, under the hands. And a 1-2 is a breaking pitch way outside. So Alex Wood against the Nats today, 12th start. Started his career with the Braves, so they saw a lot of him back then. 2.55 ERA, 4 wins, 3 losses. 2-2, and Bryce with an inside out swing bumps it off to the left side.
No gloves today, getting a feel for the bat, rubbing some dirt on his hands, old school style. Sometimes he does that. He says he likes to get the feel of the bat in his hands.
Outfield absolutely straight away, and that's way outside, 3-2. Bryce still far and away the most walks of anybody in baseball. Mike Trout has 38 in the American League, Bryce 41. Nobody in the National League even in the neighborhood. So Anthony Rendon with all that ownage is next, and you would think Wood, he's not going to give in here, but he wants to go after Bryce and try to face Rendon with the bases empty. Target is the outer edge. Swing and a miss on the elevated fastball, 2 outs.
Yeah, funky delivery by Wood, kind of shows you the ball behind his back and then comes straight over the top. Fastball for the most part is straight. It'll tail at times, but that one was on the outer half. Bryce to a pull swing for strike 3.
Anthony Rendon hunting his first base hit of this series. 0 for 7 with a walk. So it's up to Alex Wood to make the adjustment here. Anthony has been really tough on him. Target in. And right now, no strikes on that inside edge. Big crowd. Every section of the ballpark occupied. We had an announced crowd of 26,740 for the first game yesterday. Those were tickets sold. And then over 32,000 here last night for the Max Scherzer game. What a show he put on. Everything but the W. And a 1-2. Rendon fights it off.
13 strikeouts.
RBI hit.
Hit by a pitch. Doing it all. He dug deep last night. Maybe deeper than he has all season.
So Rendon extending the inning to 17 pitches now. Alex Wood, 46 hits in 51 innings coming in. ERA of 3.35. Not that hittable, 238. And his strikeout to walk numbers are good. Almost 6-1. But he just can't get it by this guy who has owned him throughout their careers. Alex Wood started his career with the Braves at the major league level in 2013. He had a couple of 500 seasons there to follow, 11-11, 12-12, and then with the Dodgers ever since. He was a Braves second rounder back in 2012. Up and in, 2-2. So we got Rice University against the University of Georgia here. Rendon to the second baseman, Forsythe on a liner. And each team goes 1-2-3 to start a beautiful Sunday afternoon at Nationals Park.
IA Potomac. Juan Soto earned a promotion to the big leagues today, and general manager Mike Rizzo saying that that's both a product of the circumstances the Nationals are in with all the injuries they've suffered to their outfielders and also the talent level that Soto has. He says probably the biggest reason Soto is here is his knowledge of the strike zone. Rizzo saying it's hard to bring a free swinging 19-year-old to the majors, but Soto has a really good understanding of the zone and doesn't get outside of himself. The biggest adjustment for Soto in Rizzo's mind playing up here is you're playing in front of 40,000 as compared to 3,000. Rizzo saying you're playing the greatest players in the world, players that are watching you, trying to dissect every weakness you have. You have to be able to deal with this spotlight and make adjustments, and the Nationals think that Soto can, despite his age, guys.
Yeah, that's really something. You saw him in the dugout. Number 22, and that ball is hit really hard by Grandal out to right center. And the Dodgers have taken the lead early in every game of this series. That's Grandal's 8th of the year. Strasburg gives up his 9th, and LA on top. Nats have been battling uphill all 3 games.
He probably wanted that in off the plate a little more, just misses by an inch or so, and Grandal all over it, and he knew it. Had the sound. Home run number 8, warm day at Nats Park, and that's where it goes for those of you that don't see a lot of games here. Right center field is the runway.
There's Matt Kemp, who had a huge pinch hit for the Dodgers last night. Went 0 for 4 in game 1, got the 2-run double against Sean Doolittle in the 9th. You talk about a guy who's sort of reinvented himself. Matt Kemp.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about Juan Soto. Can't wait for him to play. Obviously, he'd be one of the youngest debuts in Major League history at his age right now.
From Hagerstown to the big leagues in the matter of 2 months and a couple of weeks. Unbelievable. Really a month and a half. 373 at Hagerstown, 371 Potomac, and then 323 in 8 games at Double-A. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, besides the talent, which he wouldn't be here if he didn't have it, you know, I'm hearing what a hard worker he is. And he learned the English language as quickly as any player the Nats have had in their minor league system. Did his first interview in English.
Cool.
He's 19 years old. Excited to watch him play.
Looks to me like he's having a bit of a hard time sitting still in the dugout.
Yeah.
He's kind of up and down. That's fine. He should be jacked
He started
for this special day.
He started in Hagerstown. Low A ball, and now he's sitting in a major league dugout. that's quite a ride.
Well, Bryce was 19 when he was called up.
Against the Dodgers.
This one out to center. It's going to drop. So Matt Kemp's second hit of the series. Two consecutive hits in the second. Next up, Yasiel Puig, who's 3 for 13 against Strasburg career. In the series, Puig 1 for 5.
Yeah, he and Kerwin Danley in the second game yesterday did not see eye to eye on a lot of calls. He struck out his first time up yesterday in the second on a fastball around his ankles. Max will take it. And then the next time up in the fourth, he struck out on a changeup. He just kind of stood in the box, didn't say anything, didn't go back to the dugout. Doubled his third time up, but they had words, or at least poor body language the first 2 times. He wasn't happy.
0-1 here, and it's even. Well, we said last night, hard to double this guy up unless he does what he did last evening, and that was a ground ball right by the second base bag. He's going to do it again. So that's how you get Puig in a double play. You don't have to make 2 throws. Defoe last night, Turner this time.
Trailer made, can I say that? You see the kick on the mound kind of kicks right to Trey Turner, and that's an easy one. Once you secure the baseball off the ground, some golf claps behind the scene in the dugout. Wilmer Defoe diving out of the way for his life. Did you see that? Look out. I'm turning this myself. You got to communicate up the middle infielders. You know, just like a pop-up, you got to say, I got it, I got it, I got it. And that's when Wilmer hit the deck.
Yeah. Those two work up the middle almost as well together as Santangelo and Kolko on last week's videos. You guys were close to game speed, probably a little bit under that. I don't know how many takes some of those videos took, but the end result was very good, and we got a lot of great reaction from our fans about it.
It's fun.
I got a lot of tweets about folks wanting to see you take out Kolko on a double play. You be the runner.
That's the only thing I regret about that.
This went out to the gap from Logan Forsythe, and the Dodgers will have 3 hits in the inning. Look at that throw by Michael A. Taylor. Forsythe barely in there with the 2-out double.
Did he pop off the bag? That's always in play nowadays with replay. Forsythe, a beautiful swing, first of all. Great throw by Michael A. Taylor. Spin move, let it rip. And if you kept the tag on him, was there a second when he popped off there at the end? The Nats are holding play right now as we speak. They're checking it out in the clubhouse. And if Trey Turner kept the tag on him, I'm thinking he might have popped off the base. Probably begging, but let's see. They're not going to challenge, play on. This is where I think, right? There. Ooh. I don't know if the tag was there, though.
Now, Kike Hernandez, the number 8 hitter, becomes important here.
Oh. It's close.
Mike Estabrook staring that play down there. So here's the classic National League quandary for some managers. More of one, or maybe more of an automatic walk when it's lefty batter, right-handed pitcher. But the righty-righty matchup in Strasburg trying to get Hernandez in front of the pitcher here. Kike is 1 for 5 career with a homer against Strasburg. And this is the same pitching matchup it was that night when the Dodgers beat the Nats 4-3. Wood gave up 2 earned runs, Steven 3, going 6 and 5 1/3 respectively. And the 0-2 challenge fastball up in the zone. Ball came up and hit Hernandez. He was still in the box.
Just threw something back to the dugout. I think something popped off his helmet. Maybe his glasses. Clouds came out.
It's been a game of peekaboo with the sun and the clouds so far. Severino sets up away this time, and Hernandez fouls it. Big time slide to the right by Severino. Strasburg first inning, 13 pitches, now 20 more here in the second, all starting with a Grandal home run.
Stevens struck out 36% of the right-handers he's faced this year. That's 4th highest in Major League Baseball. With the base open here, they're going after Kike.
So Nissan tells us pitch number 7 is coming.
The hitter will tell you what he's thinking. A lot of 8-place hitters will take their walk, cruise down to first, and not expand their zone. And some will, and right now Hernandez is. He wants to drive in that run. He's showing you.
Yeah, number 8 hitters, they don't always pitch to you. This time they are. That's a bouncer. Severino, another block.
I think for a pitcher that goes two ways, Carp. If I get ahead 0-2, 1-2, I'll go ahead and try to expand and make him chase my pitch. If I fall behind, I'm not jumping back into the fight with the pitcher on deck. You know, 1-0, 2-0, okay, I'll throw you some curveballs in the dirt. You want to swing? If I walk you, so what? I think Steven jumped ahead to Hernandez. Now he wants to put him away. Carefully, though.
Yep. 2-2. There's the changeup, and that's quite a take. That thing had to look like a strike for a while.
It is a pretty good take, but it did end up in and down.
So this AB will be at least 10 pitches. Slider punches him out. Strasburg a strikeout in each of the first 2 innings. And we've got your Ram do-up coming up. Mark Reynolds 4 for 10. 2 homers, 4 RBIs in his Nats week-long debut. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer. Log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts, glory, Ram.
For the Mass and Extra show, just a little reminder that hopefully that happens this year. Another reminder, join us for Senior Stroll the Bases presented by Kaiser Permanente. That's on Wednesday, May 23rd. The purchase of this special ticket, fans 60 and over can enjoy a post-game stroll around the bases after the Nats take on the Padres. That's a 4:05 start, so mark that down. For tickets and info, visit nationals.com. Go for a stroll, Carp.
Love it. We all need to go for a walk here and there. Here's Mark Reynolds, 1 for 12 career, so he's due against Alex Wood. In the series, 1 for 4, had a big RBI hit yesterday. So Wood, first inning, 20 pitches, 12 strikes. Right-handed shift on. 0-2. Well, Mark is here, and we're glad he is because of some injuries. Here's an unbelievable number. In the Major League Baseball this year, they took combined career hits by players who are currently on disabled lists around the league, with guys like Zimmerman, Murphy, Howie, Adam Eaton, Matt Wieters. The Nats have 6,269 career hits on the disabled list right now. 60 200 plus. Bellinger catching that one, and then there are players currently on the DL. Only the Rangers more beaten up than the Nats, and I'm not sure anybody in terms of starting players and significant players as beaten up as Washington. PNC make today the day. So the Nats, 37 players used already. And when Soto steps on the field the next day or so, it'll be one more.
Weeders just had surgery to take out a tendon in his hamstring. 6 weeks on the rehab.
Wow.
Add a couple extra weeks to that until he gets the bandages and stuff off. So
Matt Adams pulls one, but there's the shift. Logan Forsythe in right field, 2 down, 5 in a row for Alex Wood.
You know, it sounds harsh, but nobody cares about the Nats injuries. This is the major leagues, and if you're wounded, they want to beat you. And you can't use that as a crutch or an excuse. You can't. If you keep talking about it, it just kind of facilitates itself. And, you know, your parents are calling, oh, well, we got another injury. And then, you know, it starts to be okay not to win. You got to find a way. This is the big leagues. And last year they did. Trey Turner out for a while. A lot of different guys out for a while. The bench stepped up, and that's what you have to do. It's an opportunity for other players and tread water, maybe even gain ground a little bit, but you definitely can't sit there and talk about it. It's like when we were in Arizona, Carp, the last trip. Those players can't talk about the humidor. It gets in your head. It affects you. It's the same sort of philosophy with injuries. If you sit around and go, this guy's hurt, that guy's hurt, you know, we got a bunch of minor league guys. It's a big leagues. You got to win. Got to find a way to win.
Michael A. Taylor coming in 8 for 14 against Wood, but he pops one up to Puig. And Nats have had trouble with lefties over the last couple of years, and Alex Wood is retired 6 straight.
It is. It's a battle of all the animals. Animals will be coming to Nats Park June 5th through the 10th. You got the buffalo coming back from the Rays. You got a panda and a giraffe coming in for the Giants. So if you like animals, zoo animals, come to the next homestand. Go to nationals.com today. See baseball and creatures.
Yeah.
Be awesome.
We still have 3 more games on this homestand. Padres coming in. Steven Strasburg against Alex Wood, top of the 3rd. Alex 0 for 1 with a walk against Steven. Steven is 0 for 1 against Wood.
Be nice to see Wilson Ramos again.
Oh, yeah. So we have a right-handed pitcher against a right-handed hitting left-handed pitcher here, and there's a fastball bolted in there. By the way, Gio against Robbie Erlin tomorrow night. He's coming out of their bullpen to start. Hellickson and Eric Lauer, a lefty, on Tuesday, and the Nats not quite announcing yet who's pitching Wednesday against Tyson Ross, Joe's older brother. He's back and healthy for the Padres. Tanner Roark usually is in there somewhere after Gio, but he got pushed back so far until yesterday on the rainouts and all that. See what the Nats figure out for Wednesday. It's a two-hopper for Wilmer Defoe. First time through the order. The Dodgers go 3 for 9 with the Grandal solo home run. Achieving more. Brought to you by AT&T and against the National League West. Steven, of course, a San Diego native. 45 starts. He wins 3 out of every 5 times out. Good ERA. Low opponent's batting average. A lot of strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. And what Grandal did to him, not many other Western Division hitters have done. That's leave the yard. Here's Max Muncy. Called out on strikes first time.
Maybe my favorite part of last night's game was Dave Martinez coming out and letting Max pitch to Max. Remember Muncy had the big night last night. He had a single, a walk, and a homer off Max. He came up in a big situation in the 7th, and the skipper at about 120 pitches let Max go, and he got a double play.
Ball 3. Marlins underway at Atlanta. No score 3rd inning. Phillies at St. Louis. Starting momentarily. 3-0. In there. Max Muncy, 27-year-old. As we mentioned last night, a couple of cups of coffee with the A's back in 15 and 16. And he will draw the 1-out walk. Dodgers signed him as a free agent end of April last year and been pretty impressed with what he's done against our ball club so far. So Strasburg, first walk of the day. Cody Bellinger next. Clayton Kershaw and his skipper.
Not shocking that he has old school flip downs on.
He's 1-4 with a 286 and 7 starts. And I know you and I witnessed him alone in left field the other day with somebody, of course, catching him, kind of cutting it loose out there and airing out the left arm there.
Looked pretty close to healthy to me.
He's been besieged by back problems last couple of years. Cody Bellinger, a comebacker to Strasburg first time. And oops, here comes Paul Lessard with Davey Martinez. Severino and the home plate umpire, Chad Fairchild to the mound.
Ball 4 to Max Muncy finished weird. And I was about to bring up the kink in his neck last start in Arizona, but I figure why? Let it go. But now with the trainers out there, we got to go back to the last pitch against Muncy. He tripped, he looked back at the mound, it was a funny finish. I was thinking, oh, he just caught a cleat, no big deal. But now with the trainer out, maybe it is. We'll see.
He's told them he's fine.
Here's ball 4 to Max Muncy. Watch the finish from Steven. And he reaches for his hamstring after.
So now 2-0 to Bellinger. So that push off leg up against the pitching rubber right now. Short lead by the runner. 2-0 pitch. In there. And Bellinger will look back at Chad Fairchild. Maybe thought it was low. Back in the count and now back even. And the 2-2 skied to left. Matt Adams backtracking now. The ball went about 15 feet or so farther than he thought originally. 2 down. Strasburg against Justin Turner now.
Kind of finished funny there too. You know, he's been susceptible to cramps throughout his career, especially on warm days. Pedro Severino clapping his glove, trying to get him going here.
1-0. Standing up and back in plenty of time, Max Muncy.
Or maybe he was clapping his glove to put on a pickoff play at first. Trying to help his pitcher out. There's other outs besides at the plate, and he's trying to get that third out at first. Close.
Turner to center. Michael A. Taylor tracking it. And that's it. Top of the third. Strasburg walked off the mound, now trotting to the dugout. And it's a 1-0 game still.
A lot of people at the yard today. Beautiful day for baseball. It's also a beautiful day for a walk. For every Nats walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support boys and girls clubs of Greater Washington. The Nationals have drawn 182 walks for a total of $9,100. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle.
Bottom third, Severino, Strasburg, and Defoe. 27 pitches. Alex Wood first 2 innings, 17 strikes. Severino with an RBI, 0 for 2 career against him. Started, looked like he stopped on the appeal. No swing, says Bruce Dreckman. Hitters count 2-1. The Nats had all of their hits in 1 inning last night. They had hits in 3 innings in the first game. That 4-run 6th inning last night broke a pretty significant drought. Boy, battling the sun right to the very end. Logan Forsythe tried to create an angle for himself, FP. I know you talk about that a lot on a day like this.
Yeah, but sometimes balls aren't hit high enough to create angles, and you're just stuck, and you got to deal with what you got. He's got his glove in front of his glasses, and then maybe at the last second the ball came out and he saw it.
Wow.
Alex Wood thankful. Yeah, the Nats waited till the 6th inning last night to get their first hit.
Yeah, that was the Turner double that missed a home run by an inch, maybe 2 at the most. So here's Strasburg, 2 for 19 this year.
You look at Alex Wood, he has the 5th lowest ERA without a win since 1980. He's 0-4 with a 3.35.
Yeah, looking at his starts, his first 2 starts, the Dodgers got shut out. Strike 3 call. We told you Chad Fairchild's deliberate. Maybe the most deliberate strike 3 umpire I've seen since Tim McClelland. And that's 8 in a row for Wood, who faces Defoe now.
So stay with me, Carp. You got to go lower half with Fairchild. Just watch his legs. When he steps back, that's when you say he struck out. So just disregard the upper half.
Okay.
It's like a pitcher with a good move. Just look at his lower half, and it'll tell you when strike 3 is coming. He takes a big step back with his left foot.
He is creating nice launch angle before he rips the pages.
That's good exit velocity, too, with his left leg.
But remember Tim McClelland? I mean, he took forever. And I'm sure maybe the pitcher and the batter and the catcher could hear him say strike 3, but nobody else in the ballpark could figure it out for a while. And the 0-1. All umpires have their own styles, and that's good.
Tim just used to grunt, and that's how you knew it was strike 3. He'd just be,
Who's that?
McClellan.
Oh, Tim, yeah.
And then he'd step back and rip the pages. So you
Got
knew
it. Got it.
as a hitter.
Up the middle, and the Nats are on the board with their 9th hitter, Wilmer Defoe, who's now 3 for 7 with a walk in the series. He's been on base the most of any Washington hitter this weekend.
Let's stay out, Wilmer. They got a changeup from Alex Wood. Off the end, knuckles it into left center, and there goes the no-hitter. Wilmer Defoe in the 3rd.
Top of the order, Trey Turner. Fly ball to center. Starting the 1st. Justin Turner even with the bag at 3rd.
Tina Turner not here.
We have 2 Taylors here, and there's a high fly ball to deep left center. Carrying, and right at the top of the wall. Is it in the bullpen or is it an out? See you later. Trey Turner missed one by inches last night, and today he gets one by inches. The Nats take a 2-1 lead.
Boy, he missed one by an inch literally last night in the 6th inning. He gets one here by literally an inch in the 3rd inning. 6th home run of the year for Trey. Puts his ball club up 2-1. That was clutch. A clutch 2-out tater from Trey Turner.
Yeah, it appeared to be a literal wall scraper on its way out. So Trey's 6th of the year. Fourth homer given up by Alex Wood, and some 2-out thunder from the 9-hitter and the leadoff guy. Here's Harper, who struck out swinging first time.
Whoever said it's a game of inches. Trey Turner's 2 at-bats, 1 a double, 1 a homer.
Yeah, Matt Kemp and Cody Bellinger meeting in that little triangle out there, both trying to get to it. And Harper goes left field way. Ball slicing foul.
So 2-out knock by Wilmer Defoe, first knock of the day, and then a fastball down from Alex Wood, and Trey Turner turns on it. I'm talking inches, right? This will give us a good look. Just over the padding into the bushes.
Two-1 Nationals, 0-2 to Harper, and that's well outside. Nats fourth in the league in home runs with 56 now.
I've been here a while. I just realized there was bushes in the visitors' bullpen.
Lovely they are.
Yeah, they are.
I'm not going to call it a Bush League homer, though. Earned every foot, every inch of that one. And a 2-2 with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Bryce in this series 1 for 9. So Wilmer Defoe got it started. Trey Turner, towering drive to left center. It's as deep as you can hit one without reaching the red seats. And after 3, Strasburg and the Nats now on top by inches. After the 3rd inning, it's time for our DynCorp Troop recognition. Our wounded warriors, their families, the men and women who work so hard to protect us in this country, and we salute them. Thanks to DynCorp, where we serve today for a better tomorrow. So a Turner has gone deep. Fortunately, the one on our team, and now we go top 4 with Grandal, Kemp, and Puig. Yasmani Grandal, as we mentioned yesterday, off to the best start of his career, and a strike call.
That's where you want the shutdown ending, get you right back in the dugout.
Oh, 2. Fastball shows it to him upstairs. Well, Grandal's had 3 really good years as a Dodger. 15, he hit 16, drove in 47, then 27 and 72, and that last year, 22 homers, 58 RBIs. So after leaving that dead air in San Diego, he's gone up to LA where it's not that much more lively and done some damage. Steven Strasburg puts him away, and that's a good start to the 4th inning.
Nasty change here from Strauss. Buckled to 90 miles an hour. He throws the changeup 86 to 91. That one at the top end.
Next up is Matt Kemp, who singled to center first time up. Ball kind of flared out there. Fell in front of Taylor.
When Matt Kemp was at his best first time around as a Dodger, and they were chanting MVP every night at Dodger Stadium, the Nats had success against him, pounding him in with fastballs and not letting him get extended. You know, the book on hitters changes over the years, so maybe different from then, but I remember they used to crowd him with the heater, tie him up with the fastball, make him aware of that, and then go the other way with the off speed.
He was a runner-up to Ryan Braun in 2011 when he hit 39 homers and drove in 126. 1-1 up the middle. There's a guy there. Defoe, great play, guns him out. Even shaded up the middle. He had to go and get that missile on the ground, moving very quickly.
There's a lot of ability involved in that play. Obviously the arm strength and the range, but this starts with being ready for the ball being hit to you. You can't get to this baseball if you're daydreaming, thinking about something else. So Wilmer ready for the ball first of all, gets a great first step jump, and then to his feet quickly, and we all know about the strong arm. What a play by Wilmer Defoe. I gave it 4 stars on my scorecard. Backhand, stuck in the glove, get up and let it rip. Nice play.
It's amazing how valuable he's become to this ball club over the last year. Here's Puig, who hit into the 6-3 double play, engineered by Trey Turner. And this one out to center. Michael A. Taylor there. So Steven Strasburg, 7 of his last 8 interrupted by only a walk, and now gets that big shutdown inning. You visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Isn't it great to see the sun shining? A reflecting pool finally has something to reflect. Beautiful view of the monument over toward Roslyn. And the Nats on top, 2-1 on the Trey Turner home run. Rendon, Reynolds, Adams, bottom 4. Anthony lined out to the second baseman first time, and that's interesting because right now they have him in a shift early in the count to the other side. If it goes to strike 2, we'll see if Forsythe moves over to where he caught that line drive. 1-1. And Wood falls behind. All right, now it's 2 strikes. Counts even, 2-2, and Logan Forsythe will make that stroll to the right side of the second base bag. Ball slapped right by Bob Henley.
There's some guys just see the ball better out of their hand. Can't explain it. It seems like Anthony, with all his success against Alex Wood, picks him up real well. And it doesn't seem like he's an easy guy to pick up with all the elbows, kneecaps, cupping the ball behind his body. Kind of jumping at you.
Rendon out to center. Big time jump by Cody Bellinger, who hasn't played that much outfield, at least in center, and he was all over that thing. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance. Visit geico.com, see how much you could save. Teddy, what are you thinking? You're not at the tape yet. And Abe steals one, his 9th of the year. I think Teddy won the first 2 races of the year, and he's gone 0 for a month and a half since then.
Partying too much.
Jeez. Any candidate or office holder knows you don't celebrate until the final tally is in.
President's race will humble you. Right when you think you got it, go out and party too much. That's it. See ya.
Abe 9, Tom 7, George 5, Teddy 2.
You could get sent down to the vice president's race if you're not careful.
Yeah, they run those in Harrisburg. Mark Reynolds leveling off a beautiful swing to left center. His second hit of the series. So he's 2 for 6. Matt Adams is next. You're just watching a real pro when you're seeing Mark Reynolds in the batter's box. He has been there, done it. Looking at his numbers prior to the doubleheader the other day. 16 career homers, 57 RBIs. Against Dodger pitching all of his days with the D-backs. And he's been on base 3 times in this series. Strike to Adams. Well outside and a slide by Grandal. 2-1.
But you think about this lineup right now, the way it's constructed, there's a lot of far home run pop with Harper, Reynolds, and Adams. Not just home run pop. A lot of teams have guys that hit homers, but when you talk about Reynolds and how far he can hit them, Bryce, how far he can hit them, and Matt Adams. They don't hit wall scrapers.
They hit facade scrapers to the next level.
He put a dent in the NL East championship sign over the bullpen earlier in the year.
Two and two now to Matt.
He has the whole left side of the infield, and we've seen Matt against the lefty with 2 strikes hit a ground ball towards shortstop for a knock.
Adams locked up on a nasty breaking ball. 2 down. Well, we mentioned the matchup, Strasburg and Wood in the Sunday night game. And Michael A. Taylor got a breaking ball, and he knew what to do with it. That baby's to the back of the bullpen in left field. 4th inning, nobody on.
Also had a tremendous slide at second in that game.
Yeah. I got replayed a lot.
And a stolen base.
3 hits that night for Michael A. Taylor fly ball to right first time. Looked like he had a right field idea on that swing. Two 3-0 Nats, 1-3-0 Dodgers.
He hadn't seen a curveball yet, has he? He showed you that tater on a curveball, and obviously Alex Wood remembers that. He's trying to climb the ladder with heat. If he throws him one, it won't be for a strike.
And this one high in the air to center. Bellinger. So the Nats get a hit from Reynolds and strand their first runner of the day to the 5th. 2-1 home team.
Or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Thank you, T-Mobile, and we've got some heroes we want to honor. The women who have served and continue to serve our country with Women in the Military Day. Tuesday, May 22nd at Nationals Park. Coming up in a couple of days. So kick off Memorial Week at the ballpark with this first-time Patriotic Series event presented by SAIC. Visit nationals.com. Women in the Military Day A fantastic idea. Strasburg and Forsythe, top of the 5th. Logan a double right center, first time up. Trying to bolt that fastball inside. Been tough to get strikes in there today. And the count 2-0 to the number 7 hitter. Clouds overhead just as Strasburg comes set. 2-0. Got that call, and it's 2-1. Nissan pitch cast.
They're generally down early in the count with the fastball and up late.
Strasburg's going to go down there again. 2-2.
Good pitch and 2-1 curveball. Hey, if you're Forsythe, you're thinking, all right, 2-1 heater, here I go. Now maybe he tries to bounce it after he just showed it for a strike.
2-2 pitch. There we go. Tell you, Pedro Severino puts in a honest day's work back there, even when nobody's on base. Umpires appreciate the way he blocks pitches and sliding. Human backstop.
Inside the right knee.
Chad Fairchild went for a stroll. Now he's going to clean off the plate, giving his catcher a moment or two to gather himself. Count 3-2 now. Did he go? Does not. Leadoff walk. As if on cue, here's Dan with more on Pedro Severino.
Well, Bob, Pedro Severino now the Nationals starting catcher after the injury to Matt Wieters, and Henry Blanco, the Nationals bullpen coach who caught 16 years in the majors, has been working a lot with Severino dating back to spring. He's been telling him the importance of communication with his pitchers. He wants them constantly discussing game plans, pitch sequences, what they like, what he sees. And Henry made an interesting comment. He told me he thinks Pedro has figured out who Pedro Severino is during this stretch. He's confident now, he's eager to learn, and he's working really hard.
That ball hit hard to deep left by Kike Hernandez. He's going to hit one out of here and put the Dodgers on top. Walk and a blast, and it's 3-2. That's Kike's second home run against the Nats this year. Broke up an 0 for 13 with that swing.
Well, he's got the big uppercut swing. You remember against the Cubs last year and hit 3 in a game in the playoffs, and that one went far. But he's looking for a fastball. He's a fastball hunter, and he got one right there and knew what to do with it.
Steven Strasburg gave up 13 home runs last year. This year, in his 10th start, he's now given up 10. Alex Wood, the hitter. 0-2. And the front door breaking ball for strikeout number 4. First out, 5th inning.
Yeah, home runs are going to happen when you throw as hard as Steven Strasburg, but I'm sure if you ran down there and asked him right now, he's probably a little more ticked off about the walk to Logan Forsythe before that.
Agreed.
He hasn't walked more than 2 batters in any start this season.
Top of the order, Max Muncy. Called on strikes in the first and a walk in the third. Two and 0. Marlins just got 6 in the fourth at Atlanta. Julio Teheran still in the game. 6-0 Fish. Nats will see them on the upcoming road trip. Up the middle, Strasburg redirects perfectly to Defoe on a 1-4-3. Cody Bellinger now 0 for 2. Third base appeal. Kerwin Danley says no. 2-0.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger starts straight up and down, but once the pitcher starts his delivery, he really gets on his legs. Like right now, you're thinking, oh, use your legs, get on your legs. But he's comfortable, relaxed, and then as soon as Steven starts, watch him kind of get into his lower half. Big time back knee swinger. Sometimes that knee will hit the ground when he goes deep. There's a lower half. Look at that. Right down to a knee. On the ground.
39 home runs as a rookie last year. 97 batted in. Unanimous pick for Rookie of the Year and made the All-Star team, of course. And that's in there. 2-2. Crowd started to make a little noise here. 2 outs, bases empty. 1-run game, top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 96 away. No chance. But a walk to Forsythe and Kike Hernandez homer put the Dodgers on top.
With Nats Pastime Nationals games whenever you want for just $65 per month. This June, the Rays, the Giants, the Yankees, the O's, the Phillies are all at Nats Park. Nats Pass available exclusively through MLB Ballpark app, so download today and start enjoying unlimited Nats baseball. That's really nice if you live in Navy Yard, right? Just walk over to the ballpark every single day.
Severino, Strasburg, Defoe, bottom 5. Last time these three started the inning, the Nats were able to score. Started by the 2-out Defoe single prior to the Turner home run. Pedro had his hitting streak come to an end last night. Only had a couple of at-bats before Matt Adams hit for him in the 6th and delivered that key 2-run single. So Pedro still has hit safely in 8 of his last 9 games. He's 9 for 28. Pardon me, 9 for 30. Oh my, what a pick by Kike Hernandez. Guy hits a homer and then he takes a hit away on a ball that had a lot of exit velocity.
He's always been a real good defender wherever you put him. And this ball's smoked by Pedro Severino. So one hop to the backhand, spin move, get up with the crow hop, and gun it across. Watch how soft he goes right here. And he gives with the baseball as it's going into left field, kind of snags it as it's going by, and then right over the top. Pretty play unless you're Pedro Severino.
Yeah, big play in front of the pitcher who could have had a chance to bunt a possible tying run along. And a strike to Steven Strasburg, who was called out on strikes first time. Oh, 2. To the left side, Justin Turner, quick release, 2 down.
All right, it's time for Files by Verizon Expo. Going to show you some Wilmer highlights. There's the base hit last time up, first one of the game. That was in the 3rd inning, little 2-out lightning. Trey Turner will go deep, and how about Robin Matt Kemp on a 4-star play for the 2nd out in the 4th. Watch the ball just stick in his glove right there, and the Webb get up, throw it hard. So a knock and a 4-star play on defense. You can try to do it again here with 2 outs. The 100% fiber optic network means more speed. For more devices at once, visit getfiles.com.
So Wilmer Defoe in this series, 3 for 6 with a base on balls. And this one out to center. It'll back up Bellinger. Checking his surroundings, and he catches it halfway onto the track. Wilmer hit that ball 390. Nats go in order in the 5th. 3-2 Dodgers. Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Still the longest sentence I've ever read. And let's go to the top of the 6th inning. 3-4-0 Dodgers, 2-3-0 Nats. Steven Strasburg just had an AB back to the mound, and when you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. League leaders. So innings pitched. 2 more batters here, and Steven will leapfrog Max for the most innings in the league. And just kind of depends on who's starting on whatever day, and those guys just keep jockeying for position. They're all of these guys well on pace for well over 200 innings.
Aaron Nola in the conversation. Remember, he got pulled after 67 pitches his first start, so he's been a horse for the Phillies after that. Having a nice year.
Well, they've got some young pitching. They've got some young players. And we will finally make our first visit to Philly, I think 2 road trips from now. Dodgers box. A run in the second on the leadoff Yasmani Grandal homer over the scoreboard. And then Kike Hernandez after the Forsythe walk, his 2-run shot in the 5th. 3, 4, 5. Turner, Grandal, and Kemp. And Justin maybe expecting a first pitch heater. Fooled by the slider. And a ball driven out to left center. Michael A. Taylor got a great read right off the bat. Came in for it for the first down. Peanuts have a week full of baseball and fun coming up. Friday night fireworks just past halfway to Halloween on the 25th. That'll be Thursday. And actually Friday as well. First 1,250 fans to the ballpark Saturday. The Trey Turner Roadrunner bobblehead courtesy of Cowles Parkway Ford. 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com. Grandal 1 for 2 with that homer. Strasburg struck him out swinging. Second time up, leading off the 4th.
Joe, everybody in today's game, we talk about launch angle a lot, hitting the ball in the air. Got to hit it over the shift because all the analytics, they know exactly where to stand. You know who I thought was one of the original launch angle guys, just in his natural swing that nobody talks about, is Eric Davis. You know, everybody's carrying their hands low. They're all going leg kick now, and they're all swinging up on the ball. But if you remember E.D. in his prime with the Reds, he did that. He carried his hands right around his belt almost. Kind of wiggle the bat a little bit with the semi-open stance.
Yeah.
And then he would just go leg kick. And I don't want to say swing up, but from where his hands were, it almost appeared like that because he carried him so low. I mean, that's what turned Justin Turner's career around. Talk about Chris Taylor, Daniel Murphy, all these guys going with the new swings. And I think it started with a guy like Eric Davis.
And that's been a while. You're right. You always used to watch him and say, well, there's no way he can get to a high fastball here. And he'd find a way to do it.
Yeah.
That guy was quite an athlete. Great speed, great arm. So 2 outs on Strasburg's 6th strikeout today. He's fanned 3 of the last 5 Dodgers. And here's Matt Kemp. Base hit up the middle in the second, robbed of another one in the 4th by Wilmer Defoe. Steven Strasburg today, career start number 194. 9th against the Dodgers. Needs some run support here in the middle of the game or a little bit later to get his 90th career win. 1-1 pitch, 2 outs. Close, but ball 2, outside edge. 82 pitches, 52 strikes coming into this inning. He's added 10 more on the pitch count. And Kemp will hit one to center. Michael A. Taylor tearing back and back off the wall, gets beyond his reach, and Matt Kemp will stop at second. Matt Kemp 2 for 3, and he just keeps on raking.
Yeah, hit the ball hard to second base his last time. I remember Wilmer robbed him, and this time he hit it over everyone. Look at the finish. That's where he gets the carry. You see that big, long, one-handed finish? A lot of backspin on that baseball. Michael A. got too close to the fence, but with 2 outs, really didn't matter. Did a nice job hustling after it, but another good swing by Kemp. So single, robbed, and now double for the Dodgers left fielder.
Yeah, his last 4 at bats. A single, 2 doubles, and larceny. So he's swinging the bat well. Yasiel Puig goes up hacking. Fly ball in no man's land. Unreachable for anybody. Double play ball. Fly ball to center from Yasiel today. 1 for 7 in the series. And a ball hit high in the air for Taylor. Michael A's had a busy day. Strasburg getting things back in order. Top of the order, Turner, Harper, and Rendon. Trey's hitting for power.
First knock of the night for the Nats. Look how close, right off the top of the metal portion of the scoreboard. Double today. In the 3rd inning, watch this, just, and I mean just over the wall. So 1 a double, 1 a homer, and both hit real well.
Leadoff man, bottom 6. And this one hit pretty well out to center. That's got some carry, and running it down, Cody Bellinger. Looks like he's been playing center field for years.
Well, we're going to show you on a foul ball Trey's home run swing, but that was a pretty good swing there. Watch this. The finish is where he gets a carry, but it's almost a one-handed home run. Watch where he lets go of the bat, right almost on contact. Just roll it. Look at the right hand comes off, and then watch the follow through all the way through. So staying through the baseball, when we talk about that, you see where he ends up. That's what carried the ball over the wall last time up. I think a better swing right there. And he's just robbed by Cody Bellinger, who got a great jump and took a great route to the line drive.
Bryce Harper pitched well by the Dodgers this weekend. They hit him with a breaking pitch. He has a single for an RBI, but overall 1 for 9. Nats 2 runs in the third on the Turner homer. Defoe had singled with 2 outs. That was the Nationals' first base hit. And since then, only 1 hit. Clean single to left by Mark Reynolds, 1 out, 4th inning. Alex Wood's longest outing this year. His first start of the season against the Giants, 8 innings. Since then, averaging around 6 or so. He's got Harper 0 for 3, and Rendon is next. Rhys Hoskins has hit his 6th of the year. Phillies have a 1-0 lead, middle innings at St. Louis. They're a half game back of the Braves, who still trail the Marlins 6-0. So the Nats, maybe some ground to gain if they can come back in this one. Anthony Rendon's hit well against Alex Wood in his career. 2 line drive outs today, 1 to second, 1 to center field.
Careful right here.
And nowhere near hittable. 3-0.
I always love when pitchers threw me a 2-0 off-speed pitch that missed and they snapped the throw back. Like, well, throw me a fastball then if you're upset with the curveball that missed 2-0.
Yeah, 4-pitch walk.
Don't act like you were coming after me because you threw a 2-0 curveball.
Yeah.
Maybe he was upset that he didn't throw a 2-0 fastball. I don't know. You have to ask him.
Mark Reynolds hit the ball hard last time. That base hit we mentioned a moment ago. Nationals fans would love to see his first home run in this uniform, in this yard. He's hit some for other teams here.
It's a good pitch. Right where he wants it, down and away. Damage-free zone.
Did he stop? He did. Great bat control there by Reynolds.
And Reynolds, a veteran hitter, he's standing on deck and he saw the 2-0 curveball to Rendon in the 4-pitch walk, and he's thinking, all right, you want me instead of him? That was a pitch around, even though Rendon 0 for 2 hit the ball hard twice.
And he had Reynolds lunging for that ball. That's it for the Nats. Nobody signaled fair or foul, so we'll just guess fair ball right by the bag. 7th inning, 3-2. Sailing through a Sunday. Turner's homer, the Nats offense today, other than one other hit. 7-8-9 for the Dodgers, top 7. Strasburg. Pitch number 96 coming. Logan Forsythe, the hitter, who has doubled, walked, and scored. Big time walk leading off the 5th, right ahead of the Kike Hernandez blast. One. Everyday Sammy.
It's darn near true.
1-1. And Strasburg with a good looking curveball, low 80s. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast. And he got him to commit on the changeup. Number 7 for Steven Strasburg.
So pitch number 99, a changeup for strike 3. Couldn't hold up. Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a $44 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this year.
Alex Wood, other than 3 pitches, has shut down the Nats today. He's at 82 pitches through 6. And Chase Utley is on deck to hit for him. Kike Hernandez, 2-run homer last time.
A nice feel for that curveball all day, hadn't he? Just dropping it in behind in the count.
One pitch. A little to the front door side with that slider.
He's thrown 24 curveballs today, 10 for called strikes. So that tells you he's stealing strikes with it.
Not the easiest pitch to get called strikes with.
As hard as he throws it, yeah.
Yeah. 1-2. And he doubled up.
Only had 1 swinging strike on the curveball. He's only had 7 swinging strikes all day today, and that's, I think, a low number for Steven.
It is.
But he's been in the zone. He's been aggressive.
And if he had a couple more runs of support, we'd be talking about what an outstanding afternoon he's having. And we're kind of doing it anyway, but it's tempered by the fact the Nats aren't getting much done against the Dodger pitching staff this weekend. And it's another low scoring game.
Kind of had that funny landing again after this pitch. Kind of picked up the right leg after it hit.
Two with 1 out. Payoff pitch with 1 out. Utley next. Walked him. Stevens' 3rd walk of the day. No better time to act than today. PNC make today the day. Nick Rackett, we think. It is Rackett now, we're told. Thank you. 22-year-old pitched for the College of William and Mary. So at Hagerstown, where he must have been a teammate of Juan Soto's for a very short time. 8 starts and he's 3-4. Nick Rackett. So with the runner aboard, Alex Wood stays in to hit. Doesn't necessarily mean he'll stay in to pitch, but the Dodgers consider this a bunting situation, and they'll save Chase Utley for later. And that is Pat Venditti, their lefty. Switch hitting pitcher. Switch handed pitcher.
Yeah.
So
lefty and a righty up.
We're going to see him go lefty against Adams and righty against Taylor.
I don't know. Be interesting to see his glove. It fits on both hands. He throws with both hands.
Interesting.
Or arms and legs.
We had a right-hander when I was with the Rangers back in the late 80s named Greg Harris. But Bobby Valentine would never let him throw left-handed in a game. He begged him and he wouldn't let him do it. That's a ball bunted, picked up by Severino. Quite a play to get it to second for the out. That thing's sitting right on the baseline, and Pedro pounces to throw out Kike Hernandez.
Yeah, out of the squat, grabs the ball quickly, the strong arm right on the money. Well, short hop to Trey Turner. He's thinking about turning it. But like a cat, that was going foul too. Nice play by Pedro Severino to get the lead runner. Here comes Derek Lilliquist out for a visit.
Lefty Max Muncy is next for the Dodgers.
Yeah, that Greg Harris story, he actually did pitch an inning in Montreal. He was in that game when he pitched left-handed and right-handed. He's amphibious.
What year is that?
I want to say 97 or 98.
Okay. Yeah, that was well past his years in Texas. So out of that bullpen, we had Greg Harris, who wanted to throw from both sides of the mound, and Mitch Williams, the young wild thing. So Strasburg, one more guy to get. And remember last night, Max Muncy with the double play in the 7th was the last guy Max Scherzer got. Muncy today 0 for 2 with a walk. Fastball misses. So Strasburg at 110, a new season high, 109 at San Diego 2 starts ago when he went 7. Huge to keep this a 1-run game. Adams, Taylor, Severino coming up after the stretch. 2-1. Runner on the move. Pitch is a strike. And easily into second base.
Well, we saw Max Scherzer steal a base this year, and nobody holding Alex Wood on. He just takes off, steals it easily. It's a no contest. I'm surprised more pitchers don't do that, to be honest, if you have a first baseman, playing behind you.
Yeah, he went in standing up. We loved Max's pop-up slide when he did it. 2-2, and now another long count.
I mean, it's a 1-run game. It puts pressure on you now all of a sudden. Now you got to make a pitch, or it's 4-2. A lefty pull hitter up. Reynolds behind Alex Wood to get some more range. That's why that whole thing just happened.
3-2. Bellinger next. And another base on balls on a very close pitch. Strasburg's second walk this inning, 4th of the game, and Nissan on the pitch track. It'll be his last pitch of the day, it appears.
Looked like it kind of backed up just a hair. Severino tried to snatch it back into the zone, but Chad Fairchild wasn't buying it, and that'll do it for Steven today. Here comes the skipper.
7 strikeouts, 4 walks. And for the Dodgers today, only 4 hits all afternoon. They have the lead. They're trying to add on against the Nats bullpen. Do you need expert printing? The UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. A new season high, 72 strikes. MLB at Bat, your #1 Nationals app. Customize your baseball experience. Home screen icons, MLB.tv, game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights. You can cherry pick some live radio from around the league, stats and news. Download MLB at Bat. Cody Bellinger, home run against Sammy Solis yesterday. That was a big one, turned a 4-2 game when the Nats had all the momentum into a 1-run affair. Fastball, it was a strike up in the zone. So Bellinger career 2 for 3 against Sammy.
The fastball curve changed. Fastball's averaging 94, 66% of the time. I think it was a 3-2 fastball to Bellinger last night.
And there's a good looking hook. 0-2. Big crowd wants the third out here. Another curveball, and Bellinger got around it to hook it foul.
The key is not to be in a hurry here. You can set up a pitch. You're 0-2. I wonder if they try a high fastball first and then go back to that curve. Maybe he'll chase up in the zone with you. But you don't need to throw a strike. Tried it. But you've changed his eye level, he changed his thinking, and now maybe that curveball works a little better off it. But you can go up there again even higher if you want. You're still 0-2 to set up that curveball.
Oh-2 again. Fastball up and away. Big curveball, nowhere near reachable for Bellinger. That'll do it for the top of the 7th. So some power coming up with Matt Adams, Michael A. Taylor, Pedro Severino in a 1-run game. To you by the DMV area Volkswagen dealers, who bring you the Smile at Spring sales event, and by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com. I mean, it's so nice out. Folks are seeking the shade. Here's our game summary. Kike Hernandez, the second big blow of the day for the Dodgers after the Grandal homer earlier. That was after a walk in the 5th. Trey Turner's gone deep for the Nats, and Steven Strasburg could have used some more run support. He can't get a win, could get the loss. Hopefully the Nats will get something going and get him off the hook here.
The layoff for the Nats, you felt like they were rusty a little bit yesterday, especially the hitters, maybe even Sean Doolittle because he hadn't pitched a while. They're never going to say it in their locker.
Right.
But this is a big game right here, and the Dodgers snatched one from you yesterday, and it's time to return the favor, you'd think, if you're the Nats today. So Matt Adams going to start this thing up, find a way to win this one, but tip your cap to Steven, who I think made one mistake all day today, and it was a first pitch fastball to Kike Hernandez, who loves to hunt that first pitch heater. Maybe he didn't want in that zone, but he pitched great here today.
And so the Nats have to find a way to come from behind. They haven't lost a series in a while. This series already lost, but it would feel a whole lot better with a salvage operation in Game 3. So 9 outs with which to work. (3-2) into the bottom of the 7th. And I don't know if we have another problem with a pitcher or not. Now that's Alex Wood, who came out to pitch the 7th. And I don't know, did he tweak something running the bases there?
Well, maybe that's why pitchers don't steal more.
This looks like he can't get stretched out.
Could be crampage, warm day, late in the ball game. Dave Roberts evaluating the situation.
And he stayed in to bunt because Kike Hernandez walked in front of him. They were about to pinch hit Chase Utley, unless that was just a total decoy. Stayed in the game, stole second, and now this.
This is the last warm-up pitch. Well, that's a cramp. Yeah, got him.
Yeah, and he's leaving.
Should we go back on camera?
Wow. So Alex Wood pitching a heck of a ball game. He's in line for the win. Dodgers will have to go to the bullpen now. We'll see who Dave Roberts has in mind. Dodgers 3, Nationals 2. Long way to go in this one. And back with the LA pen in a moment. He got roughed up by the Nats. 3 runs, hit a walk yesterday, hit a batter, and he was part of that big Washington rally, that 4-run 6th inning to put him on top. So he was not warming up earlier. He'll get all the time he needs right here.
A reliever, he shouldn't need much.
This is an interesting look at the upcoming schedule. Now, nothing you can take for granted in this game. You respect everybody you play. They're major league ball clubs, but on that list, only the Braves and the Yankees are over 500 right now with winning records. So Padres over in Pittsburgh today. They'll be on their way here shortly. We go to Miami, Baltimore, and Atlanta. Come home against the Rays, the Giants. Then at the Yankees before they make their return back here in June, and then at Toronto. So that's a month's worth of games right there.
Dave Martinez having a chat with his shortstop and leadoff hitter. Looks like a player-to-player convo, doesn't it? Dave Martinez looks like he can still play.
Well, Tony Cingrani taking quite a while here.
I like that he's always working a room. I mean, he's in the dugout talking to Trey Turner in game. They're having a little convo. Who knows what it's about, but I like this. Very approachable, very personable, very good people person so far. We love him.
All right, here's Matt Adams. 1 for 9 career against Cingrani with a base on balls. Tony has struck him out 5 times. They met several times in the NL Central. Cingrani with the Reds, Adams with St. Louis. Matt 0 for 2 today with a grounder to second and a swinging strikeout. Front door with the slider for a strike.
And throws a slider 23% of the time between 80 and 84 miles an hour. Fastball between 90, 95. He's thrown 2 fastballs at 96 this season. Occasional changeup at 2%.
So opponents have cooled Matt off a bit since his ridiculously hot streak a couple of weeks ago. He hasn't seen many fastballs lately. They're showing it to him here and there, but a lot of lefties just hook, hook, hook.
He was peeking around. He's not afraid to push a bunt to third. We've seen him do it before. Definitely ain't gonna do it here. 2-1. Well, you hit some taters, the league starts to pay more attention to you. Scouts behind home plate, pre-series meetings.
2-1, target in. Upstairs for ball 3.
I mean, you always go over everyone, but if a guy's hot, you really go over him in more detail, right? Hey, he's doing this, this, and this. He loves the heater here. Let's do this, this, and this to him. Where maybe you just say fastball in, off speed away, and go on to the next guy. Bryce Harper gets that treatment all the time. And Matt Adams is getting it right now.
It was all in on the 3-1 heater. 3-2.
DC Lexus dealers donating $250 to the Children's National Medical Center for the first 200 home runs hit by the Nats this season. Lexus, experience amazing.
Swing and a miss on a fastball up. So 2 heaters to get back into the count and the at bat. 1 out, 7th inning. Michael A. Taylor next with a walk, 0 for 1 against Cingrani. That walk was intentional yesterday, as Michael A. was the last hitter Cingrani faced. Wander Suero with Turner, Grandal, and Kemp, 2 righties and a switch hitter coming up in the 7th. Pardon me, the 8th. Sammy Solis ended the 7th with the strikeout of Bellinger. One and 2 with 1 out. Three and 2.
Big pitch coming, 1-run game, 11 stolen bases in the batter's box.
Right-handed batter on deck. Nobody else warming for the Dodgers right now. Michael A. Taylor out of the zone to strike out. Cingrani, 2 Ks, 2 outs here in the 7th. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
They very aggressive in 3-2 counts. We've seen it over the years, and that was definitely ball 4. I've also seen him get on top of that and hit it out, so.
Pedro Severino has been robbed a couple of times. Pop up short center first time. Forsythe, a good play to battle the sun. Then he hit that scorching 1-hopper at Kike Hernandez, who gave with it and threw him out in the 5th.
Got him on the backswing.
There's Adrian Sanchez on deck, pitcher spot next.
Backswing got Grandal in the mask, I think. And the glove. Yeah, people yesterday were telling me on Twitter that that thing Grandal's got on his helmet is so the sun doesn't get into his eyes when it's overhead. We were wondering what that is. See, it's kind of clear. You can see through it.
Yeah.
And thanks for the explanation, but there was no sun yesterday.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
And there was a night game too. But a lot of times it's about feeling sexy as a player, and if you think that looks good, you wear it. Whether it works or not, it really is irrelevant. And then he's got the playlist on his left forearm.
Two balls, two strikes, and two outs. Nationals bench, a different look, two lefties. Juan Soto just called up with Andrew Stevenson. Sanchez on deck. Spencer Kieboom, the backup catcher. Two. Pedro Severino has hit two big league homers, airing it out in this at bat. Two again. And then the breaking ball gets it. Tony Cingrani, after a rough outing yesterday, strikes out the side in the seventh. 3-2 Dodgers. Turner coming up. It's been frustrating. Teams go through it every year. Everybody does it. So here come the Padres with Gio tomorrow night against Robbie Erlin, who comes out of their bullpen. Jeremy Hellickson on Tuesday against lefty Eric Lauer. Then the Nats will decide who's pitching Wednesday against Tyson Ross. On to Miami after a day off Thursday. 3 with the Marlins. Back up in these locations and not far from here to play the Orioles, and then right back to Atlanta. So who wouldn't go from Miami to Baltimore down to Atlanta? Wander Suero takes over, first appearance of the series. So the Dodgers will see him for the first time.
A Suero cutter curveball, cutter 82% of the time, between 88 and 93.
Justin Turner, ground ball, 2 fly balls to center. 0 for 3 today. And another one to center. Michael A. Taylor for the first out. So with more on the Nats bullpen, here's Dan.
Bob, something to keep in mind here as we get into the late innings. Davey Martinez saying earlier today that Ryan Madsen was unavailable yesterday, feeling some discomfort in a chest muscle. told Davey that he could have gone yesterday, but Nationals manager wanting to give him an extra day, maybe available today, maybe not. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dave Roberts telling reporters this morning Kenley Jansen unavailable today after closing both games yesterday. That could possibly change, but that's what he said earlier on.
Yeah, Kenley Jansen had to throw 34 pitches yesterday in those 2 saves. Michael A. Taylor cuts in front of Matt Adams and makes the play on the Grandal fly ball. 2 outs. Well, that answers the question about why Ryan Matson didn't pitch in the 8th inning yesterday.
No, center fielder has control over it. There was a little I got it there at the end. But I always thought if you were a good center fielder with tons of range and you had sluggers on each side of you, that you take everything you can get always.
Two 2-0 to Matt Kemp. Dodgers are warming a right-hander, Eric Goodell, who they signed off waivers Friday. He pitched yesterday. So they're bringing a right-hander. Davey Martinez go with Andrew Stevenson, or possibly the young teenager just called up. No swing, says Bruce Dreckman, and the count goes 3-1.
Well, he's got a bat in his hand. He's ready. I'm excited to see him. I'm not gonna lie. Heard so much about him.
Two-out walk. 5 walks issued by the Nats today. So Kemp at first with 2 down for Yasiel Puig. Steven Strasburg pitched him well. Double play grounder. 2 fly balls to center.
You think cutters away would be the pitch to Puig if you can execute that plan? Yeah, he's in between. When you see guys swing in, check swinging at balls, that means they're not seeing the ball well. Game's going fast for them. A lot of times when you're struggling, you predetermine, I'm swinging on this pitch and I hope it's a strike, instead of the other way around. See the strike, then swing when the game's moving slow for you. But you're always yes, yes, yes on every pitch and then no. But when you're in between, you're kind of yes, 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 and then yes, because you're not seeing the ball based on your head moving. You're thinking too much up there. Your confidence level is low, which there's no analytic for.
Oh, 2 with a target inside and the throw over for Kemp. Ball game started at 1:37. We hit the 4 o'clock hour here. Dodgers 3, Nats 2, 3-5-0 LA, 2-3-0 Washington. LA looking for the sweep here before they go home. And a breaking ball that Puig hits well to left. It is staying up and it's in the bullpen. 5-2 Dodgers. Their second home run today after a walk.
But he's shown you throughout the series that he's susceptible to down and away, and this was a curve from Suero that was right down the middle. And Severino took his mask off immediately. I think they wanted that in the dirt. See if he'd chase with you, and they left it up. No doubt about that one. And he knew he was swinging. He ran into one. 18 degrees on the launch angle. That's low.
Dodgers have really hurt the Nats with the long ball in the doubleheader yesterday and now again today. Third homer in this one. 3-run advantage. Forsythe the hitter. Strike call.
And keeping the deficit right where it's at's been a problem so far this year for the Nats. Verizon on the Expo on the Puig home run. Pedro Severino knew as soon as it was hit. Watch. The 100% fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Visit getfiles.com.
Well, that changes everything for the last 2 innings in terms of getting somebody on base and getting them around. Jamming the hitter. Suero got the ground ball. Rendon throws out Forsythe. A walk and a blast. It's happened twice today. Beautiful day around Nationals Park, but the Dodgers looking good on the board. A large hill to climb, and leading off bench hitting will be Adrian Sanchez. With a 1-run game going, we thought we might see Juan Soto come in. So the Nats have had their right-handed pinch hitter announced. Told you the Dodgers were warming up Eric Goodell. So it looks like Cingrani's done after 19 pitches, 11 strikes. Struck out the side in the 7th, so Dave Roberts was waiting for the announcement to make his pitching change.
You might see Juan Soto. Hold on.
Yeah, could be Soto for Sanchez.
Yeah, here he comes.
Yeah, it's kind of in the why not category. There he is. Bat, gloves, helmet, stepping on a big league field now for the first time in a game. ladder through the organization and just not kind of pulled himself up from one rung to another, just jumping up from one rung to another. Here's Juan Soto. We saw a little video of him this morning, FP, and he took one oppo for a home run.
Well, I'm told he has a very good understanding of the strike zone, very disciplined, powerful short swing. He'll use the whole field, and he's got pole-to-pole pop. So here we go.
Goodell to Soto. Fastball on the edge.
The thing I heard that I like the most is that he makes 2 strikes adjustments. And he's thinking, I'm going to hit a 3-run homer right here with nobody on.
0-1. We'd love to see him on base any way possible. Eric Goodell appeared yesterday. So 7th game. They got him off the waiver wire. He got the win last night. And Jock Peterson takes over in left field for Matt Kemp.
Good rip. Now you're loose. I like the number too. There's the stance on his legs. I mean, what's going through his mind right now? Start of the year in Hagerstown, low A, and now he's in the big leagues at 19.
Of course, the youngest Nat since Bryce Harper checked in at 19 back in 12.
2-strike stance.
Swing and a miss. Got a changeup. And down goes Soto for the first out, 8th inning. We'll get a nice hand on the way back to the dugout as well.
Pretty good changeup, but do you see the crouch? And he actually choked up with 2 strikes. Look how wide he is. Not the result he was dreaming of on the way to the ballpark this morning, but there'll be plenty more at-bats. I'm excited to watch him play on a daily basis as soon as tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll be in the starting lineup real quick. Wilmer Defoe 1 for 2, base hit and a run scored ahead of the Turner home run back in the 3rd. Nationals do not have a hit since Mark Reynolds singled in the 4th. This is kind of crazy. This is, for the Nats bats, the 26th inning of this series, and they've scored runs in 3 innings against the Dodgers.
Well, they'll get into a routine again starting tomorrow where they could take batting practice on the field, you know, get into your routine again, and they'll figure it out. But the one thing you haven't seen consistently this year is the line moving. You know, we always like to say lines moving, keep the line moving. You know, you walk, the next guy behind you walks. You know, you're not going to pitch to me. Well, that'll happen when they get to full strength.
That ball's going to fall on the infield and end up being a one-hopper. Played by Forsythe, had to get rid of it in a hurry. 2 outs.
It's time for your Ford drive of the game. Trey Turner in the 3rd inning. We'll show you his tater again. So hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, SUVs, and homers. See the extension right there. Home run by Turner. But kind of to my point, when you have Murphy back in the lineup and Adam Eaton, you got guys working counts, you start to feel confident as a hitter, Carp, that I don't have to get the job done here.
Yeah, give it your best at bat and let it go, huh?
Well, there's just reinforcements behind me, and that's how a lineup gets in sync and clicks. I don't put pressure on myself to drive in this run because the guy behind me can. So I'll take my walk. That's how you get the line moving. You start to do little things, and as a group, you start to wear down pitchers and have good at-bats, and it doesn't have to result in a hit or a home run. But, you know, I have a 7-pitch at-bat, I walk. You know, there's a base open, you're not going to pitch to me. All right, guy behind me is going to drive in that run. Oh, you're not going to pitch to me. Guy behind me is going to drive in that run. So when you start to get that continuity and get in sync as a ball club with the same lineup that's healthy every day, that's how you do little things to win games and keep the line moving. Right now, it's a bloop and a bomb, you know, run into one. you haven't really seen on a consistent basis, you know, guys on base. A lot of traffic, as Daniel Murphy calls it, on the base pass, just because they haven't been 100%. And maybe guys trying to do too much to make up for the guys that are hurt. You can fall into that trap too.
Two and one with 2 outs. Nats really need Turner on for Harper. They have a left-hander, Scott Alexander, if they choose, for Harper next. 2-2. Ball hugging the line, a slight left turn foul. Dodgers have a chance to go home. 5 games back of Arizona, who lost again today. Noah Syndergaard beat him up in New York.
Well, you don't go to Game 7 of the World Series one year and forget how to play the next.
Exactly.
As a lot of people in LA have thought Dave Roberts just forgotten how to manage. That doesn't happen. Both teams are playing wounded, and they'll figure it out. They're going to be around in September. Trust me on that one.
2-2. Turner lashes one up the middle. Good sign to see him get a base hit after the homer. Not trying to hit one a mile, just get on. And here's Harper, and we'll see if Alexander comes in. Bryce, of course, can't tie the game, but we'll see how tight Dave Roberts chooses to play it here. Looks like Bryce will get a shot against the righty. Two strikeouts, a grounder today.
You know, you wonder, or a lot of people wonder, why Bryce hasn't been more consistent as a major leaguer average-wise. Well, you know, he gets hot, they don't pitch to him. Then he loses his rhythm, figures it out, gets hot, then they don't pitch to him. There's only one guy I know in baseball that was good at that, and that was Barry Bonds.
3-0.
So every time he locks in, Carp, my point is, oh, this guy's not going to beat us, and he'll go a week without seeing a pitch to hit. Then he loses his timing, takes him a minute, he can look off at times, locks in again, and then the whole cycle starts. So that's why his average has never been, you know, consistently over 300.
Nothing really close there. Interesting. It'll be righty-righty, and suddenly Anthony Rendon represents the tying run.
Well, they want nothing to do with them there. Not one close. Now Rendon has a chance to tie this thing up.
0 for 2 with a walk today. Rendon against Alex Wood, their starter. So the lefty Alexander has stopped throwing, and Josh Fields is up. He has one save and might be their closer today once this thing gets to the 9th inning. If the Nats are still behind, and Rendon can do something about that.
Comes Dave Roberts.
Taking his time.
Hasn't motioned. Maybe he wants to make sure they're on the same page of how to pitch Anthony Rendon. He hasn't motioned to the bullpen yet. I guess he did just now.
So Goodell will depart after getting 2 quick outs. Turner base hit, Harper walk, Rendon against Josh Fields in a moment. Scoreless 8th inning in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. He got Reynolds, Turner, and Harper in order. He will face Anthony Rendon, who's 0 for 1 career against him. And the possibility, I suppose, of this being a 4-out save if he is their closer today.
A fastball curveball change, 3 pitches, fastball 92 to 96. He's thrown 16 fastballs at 96 this year, 80 at 94, so that's where he'll sit. The opponent's hitting 222 against his curve.
So Anthony went back to the on-deck circle. One soft practice swing, and in he steps, representing the tying run. Really good speed on the bases for the Nats with Turner and Harper. So with 2 outs, trade the single. Bryce the walk. One. So if the Nats tie or take the lead, Sean Doolittle's in. Sean Kelly also. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up the middle, hits the pitcher, and right to Muncy. A line drive 1-3 to end a possible rally and keep the Nats off the board.
The third ball he's hit right on the nose today. Lined out to second, lined out to center, and now that.
Job to keep it 5-2 as he makes his 11th appearance.
All right, ERA at 3.86, 10 strikeouts to 1 walk. That's bueno. Opponent's hitting 222. So fastball slider combination. Fastball low to mid 90s. His job to keep it 5-2 and give the Nats a chance in the bottom of the 9th.
Kike Hernandez, Jock Peterson, Max Muncy for LA.
Yeah, Kike's homer in the 5th, a big blow in this one.
Right after a leadoff walk to Logan Forsythe. Two and 0. Man went with the slider, and evidently it was high. 3-0.
Might be swinging here.
Four pitch walk. 6 walks by the Nats today. That'll bring in Jock Peterson for his first at bat. 0 for 5 career against Sean with a walk and 4 strikeouts. And in the series, Peterson 3 for 8 with a walk, and the most damage he's done had been in the first innings of that doubleheader yesterday. Triple game 1, scored. Double game 2, scored, and got the Dodgers early leads.
Sean tried to snap that back and drop the throw back from Pedro. I don't think he was happy with the rotation or the break on his slider. Trying to find his release point right now.
And a 1-1. Hit well, right field corner. It's going to one-hop the wall. To third, Hernandez. He's going to be sent by Chris Woodward. Relay by Defoe late. 6-2 Dodgers.
Yeah, Bryce got tangled up there. That allowed Woodward to send Kike Hernandez with nobody out. I don't think they were planning it, but Bryce hustling down there. The ball hits the wall. Take that weird hop back toward him, and then he just tripped. Threw it from a knee, but that little fall allowed the Dodgers to send the runner with nobody out that they might have held at third.
Top of the order, Max Muncy. 1 for 1 against Kelly. And a strike call. If needed, Carlos Torres getting ready. One.
Phone's ringing down the bullpen. You can hear it up here. It's quiet right now.
Yeah, one of the biggest crowds of the year today, 40,201. And to the right side, Wilmer Defoe. To third, Peterson on the first out. Cody Bellinger will face Sean Kelly for the first time. Infield pulled in. As the Nats try to stay within slam range here.
Yeah, pretty good wheels at third. That'll dictate how deep you are as an infielder. The pull side, maybe give yourself a couple extra steps.
Runner coming home. Defoe thought about it. Didn't think he could get it there in time. And Peterson stumbles home with their 7th run. And the Dodgers have a 5-run lead.
I'll tell you what, that was a great read by Jock Peterson at third. They were going contact play all the way. Obviously, you're gambling because you're up by 4, now make it 5. But there's an art to that at third base, getting down the line and seeing the down angle of the ball and keeping your momentum going as the swing happens. Did you see that? He just rolled right in to the play, and that takes work. Watch. He's anticipating ground ball. He reads down angle. And there's no throw at home because he didn't shuffle, stop, see the ball on the ground, then go. He just rolled right through it. That's textbook. If you want to show kids how to run the contact play as a base runner, save that tape. Ball was hit hard, and Defoe had no chance.
Yeah. Bellinger, 3rd RBI of the series.
Yeah, it's something you work on in BP during the day. You take about 5 balls off the bat, and you're looking for the ball at a down angle. And once you see it, you just kind of roll right through it. You know, if the ball goes past or he swings through it, you stick your right foot in, hit the brakes, and get back to third. But if he hits it, it's almost like you're basically stealing home in a sense.
1-2 to Justin Turner.
Hits it in the air, same thing. You stick your foot in the dirt, get back to third, tag up, and score.
The Dodgers are warming up Pat Venditti again. This time he's warming up right-handed out in the left field bullpen. Josh Fields only had to throw 4 pitches to get out of that 8th inning. He was warming up lefty earlier. And Turner way out ahead, just kind of slowed his bat down to make some contact there.
So as a former switch hitter, are we going back and forth the whole at bat? Like he puts the, am I just like jumping across the plate? Like I go up there with my left helmet, but if he wants to throw left on left, then I'm going to go the other side. When does it stop?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, there's a rule there, which I have no idea what it is.
You'd have to, have your special helmet with flaps on both sides so he wouldn't know what you're doing.
Double flaps?
Yeah. 2-2.
Just be running around in circles.
Swing and a miss, and that's it. Dodgers pick up 2 runs in the 9th, and they're trying to head home on a high after a disastrous start to their road trip. The Nats to have a chance. Josh Fields still on the mound.
Check it out. He's throwing left-handed now.
You talk about splits for a pitcher. This is the ultimate example.
Well, his father worked with him on being ambidextrous, or amphibious, as I like to call it. They throw footballs left-handed to strengthen his arm left-handed, and they spend hours playing catch left-handed. He's a natural right-hander. They get up at 6 in the morning to play catch before school to make him amphibious. Then they would swim, and he grew gills.
Here we go. I hope we get a chance to see him. It means the Nats will be doing something here. Mark Reynolds leads off against Josh Fields in career. Mark 3 for 8 against him. Fields struck him out yesterday. And for Josh Fields, if he goes the rest of the way, it'll be a save for him despite the 7-2 score. It was 5-2 when he came in. Reynolds, Adams, and Taylor. Three and 0.
So once the pitcher declares what side, Carp, then that's that. You can't switch.
For the hold it back.
He can dictate what side the switch hitter goes on by how he pitches, right-handed or left-handed. But you can't switch and then have that go on for like 4 hours.
3-1 to Mark Reynolds. In the series, 2 for 7 with a walk and a run batted in. The Nationals, Turner's hit in the 8th. That's it since Mark singled back in the 4th. 3-2. Leadoff man on. Matt Adams is next. 0 for 2 against Fields' career. They're going to take their third baseman, Justin Turner, here and send him all the way over to the right side to play second base. I think he played some second base early in his career with the Mets. So he's not too unfamiliar over there, but that's an overlap we usually don't see. So the shortstop and the second baseman still up the middle. And Adams trying to make it 7-4. Up and in, 1-1. Double play ball. Maybe that's why they left the second baseman and shortstop where they were. Adams gets down the line well to beat it out. 1 out for the Dodgers. 4-6 on that.
Bob Garrett on the phone. Are they holding up play right here to see if Adams was out at first? It was close. Safe.
Michael A. Taylor. First career at bat against Josh Fields.
It seems like almost every double play is reviewable now.
For something.
There's three things. You know, was the middle infielder's foot on the base? How was the slide by the runner? And was he safe or out at first? I mean, you could almost, you see managers holding up hands on almost every double play we see now.
Yeah. Not speeding things up. One and two to Taylor. Strike three called, 2 outs.
Slider.
So in front of the pitcher's spot, here's Pedro Severino, the Nats' final hope. Josh Fields trying to get a 4-out save here. Adams to second. Indifference by the Dodger defense. If it keeps going, Andrew Stevenson, the only available bench player other than Spencer Kieboom, the backup catcher. Two and 0 for Pedro.
So where's a hitter? You're thinking down by 5, 2-1. I'm getting the heater. No way he throws a slider here.
It's an age of unpredictability in baseball. He did get a fastball. Severino with a healthy hack. Upper deck, 2 balls, 2 strikes. (7-2) Dodgers. The Nats 1 strike with which to work here. That is it. Dodgers sweep the Nats. Doubleheader yesterday and the single game today. And the Nationals are now just 3 games over 500. Padres coming to town tomorrow for FP and Dan. Bob Carpenter. Dodgers 7, Nationals 2. It was a lot closer than that until the very end. Tomorrow night, Gio goes against the Padres. Coverage begins at 6:30. This has been a presentation of Masson. Stay tuned now. Johnny and Ray here at the ballpark. Nets Extra postgame coming up next. And hopefully better days ahead against the Padres. So long for just a while.